How do you respond to nasty anonymous messages? I got this message on NGL about 2 years ago. Stop pretending to be a good person and get some therapy. I'm no stranger to this kind of message, and where this comes from is usually an echo chamber, a WhatsApp chat group or a Facebook conversation that I don't have access to, that's probably not public, where people talk and get riled up, and this person decided to vent some of their energy my way. So how does one deal with this? Don't get defensive immediately. The first instinct that most people have is to go defensive, and I'll just go, oh, but I'm a good person. That's a whole topic that we can make a video on, and we'll get back to it in a bit. Most people who do horrible things consider themselves to be good people, and we'll get back to why that is later. Whenever you do get criticism, it is important to weigh whether it might be valid. And in this case, we also don't know where it's coming from, so first we can weigh what we know about the source. The first thing I can figure out is that this person probably doesn't know me and hasn't met me. Or if they have met me, they haven't spoken to me in at least 7 years, because this person doesn't know what's going on in my life. They don't know whether I have an opinion about therapy or whether I've been to therapy. And if it was a friend, they would most likely tell me in a different way directly. So the message comes with bad intent and probably a good amount of projection. The person who sent this might not have been sure whether they are a good person, so they needed to do this to feel that they can validate that they are a good person. Or perhaps they needed to feel more secure in a toxic community, so they wanted to write this, maybe screenshot it, say, hey, look what I sent to this guy. Trying to get brownie points for social security, but for all the wrong reasons. I doubt the person who sent this message will see this, but if they do, here's a bit of advice that we can all benefit from. Usually when people respond to gossip and toxicity by venting their anger towards someone, they're doing it for a dopamine hit. You want to get that dopamine hit from gossiping or from giving someone their comeuppance. And those are ways to get your kicks. But much like getting blackout drunk, it doesn't really make the world any better, even if you think it might. And once you feel the kind of kick you can get from actively helping someone in this world, you will never go back to trying to get dopamine from hurting someone or being negative. And if you never make that switch, one day you're going to shuffle off this mortal coil like we all do, and you're going to realize you lived a life trying to make your own life better so you can be slightly more comfortable, drive a slightly better car, eat slightly nicer food, and be part of your own social dramas without actually making the world better for anyone else outside of your circle. Now, getting back to the message and the morality of it, this message was sent with bad intent, but it had wonderful knock-on consequences because, like I said, you have to evaluate whether it's true. So I went back and I evaluated my thoughts on morality in people and what makes a person good. So why do most people that do horrible things believe that they're good people? Because most of us define good in very restrictive ways. I think the basic reason most of us think that we're good is because we don't think that we do bad things. And now we have to define bad things. And ultimately, once you go down that rabbit hole, the only bad things that we can all agree upon are bad things that you do to strangers. Why? Because as soon as someone is mean to your friend, when you're mean to them, you no longer consider that a bad thing. You now consider that a good thing. So it becomes very subjective beyond that point. Everything else becomes subject to tribalism and our subjective reality. Would you be keen on a more in-depth video about my thoughts on that? I'm probably going to make it anyway, but it is nice when people leave their thoughts below and let me know what they think about it.